Hi, welcome to Rock and Metal Invasion. My name is Steve. Coming up on the show today, I'm doing album covers part 2. And I've got a very special guest. I've got Mrs. Rock and Metal Invasion here with me for part 2. Of course, about a year ago, in fact, over a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, she did her first show here on Rock and Metal Invasion. And I said if we got 100 views, she could come back.
And we didn't.
No, we did. Yeah, quite easily. Well, you know, we're not like, I don't think we're at 200, but yeah, we got over we got over 100 views and pretty quickly. But after it debuted, so you did well. But you know, it's taken a while for part 2 to happen, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But you've had this lined up pretty much since part 1.
Well, yeah, I knew.
Yeah. So it's been a bit of a wait, but here we are with part 2, and I know that there were people putting comments saying Mrs. Rock and Metal Invasion needs to come back. So here we go. And by the way, her name is actually Siren, and that's her real name. Okay, not her rock and metal name. And now, just before you start, Siren, I do want to point out that in the last show, your theme was Women in Trouble.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Remember that? Yeah. So, and she did kind of ruin a few album covers for me. Like, I just talked about this one recently. This is Legs Diamond and Town Bad Girl. And I just thought she was out for some fun, just having a good time. And Siren pointed out to me that she's actually in trouble. And now every time I look at this album cover, I don't quite see it the same way that I once saw it. But anyway, what are we doing today, Siren?
We're doing Women on Their Knees.
Okay, I didn't know this was happening, but okay, great.
So, obviously, I see these album covers differently to you, and I find a lot of the content troubling. So I'd like to discuss some of these covers with you.
Sure.
So, the albums I have today, some women are obviously literally on their knees. Some may be falling to their knees, and others are on their knees in the sense of an absolute desperation, right?
Okay.
So, when would you be on your knees?
Well, I mean, I can't think of any specific times when I'm on my knees, but I mean, I am from time picking something up. You know?
Yeah. Why would a woman be on her knees?
Well, why would anyone be on their knees?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Why would anyone be on their knees? I can think of some reasons.
I can think of some.
I can think of some reasons.
It's supposed to be a family show.
On your knees, you might be praying.
Yes. Oh, that's true.
You might be praying. You might have fallen over. You might be cleaning. I think you often.
I didn't like to
knees.
say that when you said that before.
Cleaning.
Cleaning. But yeah, it was.
Or you might be giving head.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might.
You might. So I think that's where metal
we've
perhaps
gone
goes.
there, but that's
Okay, so first album I'd like to share with you is Becky Bondage, Out of the Darkness.
Great.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Great. I've shown that cover before.
Right, so Becky is like probably on her knees just by height, right?
She's very short.
Yes. So her head is kind of, what would you say, hip height of these two gentlemen who are literally butt naked. Mm-hmm. So why is Becky on her knees? Why is Becky on her knees?
Well, she's giving him a slap on the bum.
Oh yes, and there's a kiss. There's a kiss on his ass. Yeah. There's two penises in close proximity to her head. Do you think that's got anything to do with that cover? Is there the potential for Becky giving these guys a blowjob?
It's possible, but...
Did you read it that way?
I didn't read it that way.
How
it's
did
like,
you read
because
it?
her name's Becky Bondage, right? So she's like slapping their asses and, you know...
Oh, please. Oh, please.
That
This is not looking very dominatrix. And the guys aren't in bondage at all. In fact, look at the guys. They're kind of giving each other a hug.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't think that's got anything to do with
I don't.
Becky is about to give them
No,
head?
no, I don't think so.
She's just hanging out around
I think,
bare asses.
to be honest with you, I think this is, the woman has power in this one. The woman.
Oh my God.
The woman has the power.
Is anyone on their knees? Do they ever have the power on their knees?
You can.
You are never in the position of power on your knees.
You can have power on your knees.
Well, that's ridiculous.
All right, can we move on to the next one?
Yes, sure. Another woman on her knees. This is Scorpion's animal magnetism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is this woman in power?
Now, I will say, when you were last on, people did say, well, she didn't mention any scorpions because they're kind of infamous for their album covers. So here we go. You've got some scorpions.
Okay, so let me describe this the way I see it, and then you can maybe say you see it differently. So I see a young woman on her knees in a very submissive pose. She's not active like you could say Becky was. She's got her hands folded on her legs in front of her. She's at the same level of the dog, the domestic dog, and she is gazing up towards the man. But her mouth is directly at his cock height, but he is fully clothed. And he's holding a can of beer. Yeah, very sort of, he's kind of got a real, if you could see a kind of cocky, kind of arrogant pose, this man is in that pose. What do you see?
Well, I think you've got to look at the album title as well. So it's Animal Magnetism, right?
Yes,
It's there's some link there with the title. And of course the back cover is interesting as well. Did you look at the back cover? Of
course I did.
Yeah, so the back cover with the dog, I don't know what the dog's doing. It's, interesting. So, I mean, I can't really say too much more than what you've already just said. I mean, I agree. It is what it is. It's 1979, I think.
Well, it is what it is. What is it? Can you just put that into words?
Well, I can't. I can't put it into words, but...
Yes, you can.
No.
There's a very obvious...
It's a good album.
Submissive woman.
Well, she's not really doing anything. The dog is.
Ignoring the back cover, which I think is like a blooper of the photographer. Okay, we've got a submissive woman.
Yeah, but she's not doing anything.
That's kind of the deal with submission, right? You don't do anything until you're told to do it.
Yeah, well... all we know is what's happened up to now, And maybe she's like, okay, you happy now? The dog's here. Can I go?
No, look, she's at the same level as the dog in this position.
Yeah, well...
She's owned by the man in the same way the dog is.
Yeah.
She's submissive.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Okay, right, we'll move on.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, so woman on their knees.
Yep.
The next woman is... The album is The Rods, and it's called Let Them Eat Metal. Now, this woman,
good song,
unlike the previous two albums, is not literally on her knees, but she's almost falling to her knees in this image. So we have, I'll just describe it before showing you. We have a woman with a huge perm. I think that's fair to say. And she is dressed in white lingerie. Does anyone wear white lingerie anymore? That's an interesting
question. This is 1980.
Lacy white. She's got suspenders on. She's got, thigh-high clip-on stockings, little tiny kitten heels, bustier kind of, and pearls. And she is holding a banana, which has been peeled. The skin is peeled down. And instead of there being a banana up the top, erupting out of it is a shiny... metal gold dildo. Is that what you see in this picture?
Yep, that is it. That is correct.
Oh, and the woman is extremely enthralled by this. Right, there she is. Yep. So, how would you describe the look on her face?
Oh yeah, she's having a good time there. And
why is she having a good time?
Oh, she's got her dildo banana and...
She's just holding it.
Yeah. But, she's maybe listening to the Rods at the same time. It's like,
do you think she might be singing?
She's having a great time.
Do you think she's singing?
I don't know.
Is that why her mouth is wide open and her tongue is out?
Well, it is. Again, you got to look at the title. Let Them Eat Metal.
Is that an eating mouth?
Could be.
Do you think?
I don't know.
The mouth is open for something.
It is.
Yes.
So you're not you're not that happy with this cover, or?
Well, I guess I think it's just ridiculous.
But it's better than the other one, isn't it?
Well, there's not the subjugation in it.
Yeah.
But there.
I mean, she's having fun.
I mean, this woman is performing for a man in this picture.
Maybe. Yeah.
This is not a woman in any. This is
No,
not a
it's
natural
not
behaviour
realistic.
of a woman.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
to be clear.
Yeah. It's a pose thing.
It's a pose thing.
Yeah.
And no woman actually wants to throw her head back in ecstasy and open her mouth up wide and put her tongue out when she looks at her vibrator. No matter how much she loves that vibrator and no matter how much of a good time she has with that vibrator.
Yeah.
This is not how we respond to our vibrators.
You probably really didn't need the banana, did you? Like, you didn't really need that, do you think?
Yeah, it's all just bad.
But you could have just had the dildo without the banana skin, because it's a bit...
Well, it's all
weird,
ludicrous, so they could have done that, yeah. But,
And there's nothing on the back that adds to it.
Well, this is just a silly cover, in my opinion, and it's all about cock still, because I think all of these are about cock. It's about women on their knees because of cocks. That's how I feel.
Okay.
But I would add that when I looked at this picture, I think she has a giant bruise on her thigh.
Well, it could be shadow or something.
Could be shadow, could be a tattoo covered up with makeup.
Okay.
But I thought, that's interesting.
All right.
So where I'm going really is pretty obvious, I think, is that men are fixated with their cocks.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a big theme in heavy metal album covers. And that the woman represented, they're not fixated, but they're kind of performing this fixation and confirming it for the target audience, which is horny men.
Well, it's just, we're into it for the music. I mean...
See, I would like to have a whole other discussion about that. You're into it for the music.
Yeah.
If they weren't a bunch of guys having a lot of sex, the way they wanted to have sex with a lot of different women, I think you'd feel differently about heavy metal.
Anyway,
For example, if heavy metal also had a principle of chastity, would you be interested?
Well, that doesn't make any sense though. Why would that have to happen?
It wouldn't make sense because you couldn't have any of the lyrics.
Well, that'd be different lyrics, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, it might fit the grunge or theme, or I don't know, different type of music for that. Yeah, because you're depressed and sad. Yeah.
Okay, Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love.
Everyone knows this album cover, but yep.
Yep.
At least I'm feeling a lot safer about this one because there's no woman.
In it.
So it's like
whew. But it's just, I mean, it's not a picture about how cool his belt is it?
Oh, but come on, this is iconic. This is such a great album cover. I mean, because he's got like such a great look here with the everything he's got on there and the belt buckle and the pants.
Yeah.
That's rock and roll.
It is rock and roll. Sure, it is. It's iconic. But that fashion, right, of the belts, the chains, he's got handcuffs around his waist, the lace-up crutch.
It's all about his cock, really.
It's all about his cock.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
True.
And it's kind of funny to decide to take a picture which is completely focused on your cock.
There's lots of album covers that look a bit like this. Yeah.
Yes, here's another one.
Yeah, you found another one.
Here's another one. What is it? Wasp.
Yep.
Wasp. We are sexual perverts, is that right?
Blakey won't really say what it's about, but
right.
It's possible.
Wasp. Yeah. And this one is animal fuck, like, actually, like a beast, because we can't say fuck.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I can't say how angry this album makes me, and I'm angry it's even in the house.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Yeah, I hate it with a passion. So let me describe it to you.
They did get in trouble back in the day with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, this anger is for the next two albums.
Okay.
Mad.
Okay.
So this one shows a guy wearing some kind of strap-on thing, like strap-on thing that goes over his cock, I guess.
Codpiece.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, it's a codpiece. But it has got a huge jagged blade erupting out of it. It looks like it's out of like a circular saw, but it's more custom than that. It's like more vicious and longer blades. And he's splattered in blood. So the picture is implying that he has had sex with someone.
Oh, really?
And their blood is now splashed all over him. and it's dripping off the blade. That is absolutely the implication. What do you think that's all about?
Well, maybe it's cut him because he's got a big blade going through the middle of his body.
No, it's a cod piece. It
I
doesn't
see
go
what you
into
mean.
his body.
Oh, it doesn't?
That's a
Okay.
ridiculous reading. It just sticks out. He's just strapped
I
on
never,
over
I never
the
saw
top.
necessarily as
Well,
the,
you should have been
as
thinking
like
harder.
that.
This is a picture of criminal violence resulting in somebody else's death, but has a sexual thing.
My favourite was song though. Still, it's a great song.
Oh, you're just going to take that away. Don't bother.
think
I like that song. I don't care that it shows
moving
the
on.
torturous death of a woman in pain with her entrails
Well,
coming
how do you know
out
it's
of
a
her
woman?
pelvis.
There's no indication that it's a woman.
Well, the implication though is
Or
that
anyone.
he's wearing something that he thrusts with.
Well, yeah.
I do not think.
This was all part of a stage show, right? So he'd have like this thing here, and it would be like, you know, on the stage show. He wouldn't obviously be like, connected to him or anything, but he wasn't actually using it on people. But okay, all right, fair enough. You don't like that one?
Yeah.
We'll make sure
Now,
that one just.
Just to be clear, I understand that this is a genre and an artistic expression,
Yeah.
and that, of course, they didn't use it on anyone, and that Wasp.
You probably don't want to hear the lyrics though either.
It might, you know, they might have presented this cover as a bit of a joke. They were like, this movie, haha, this is funny. Or they might have presented it as, oh, we're so tough and gross. We don't care about what anyone thinks. We're like totally irreverent, right? It doesn't really matter in the end to me because I don't think there's any room for humour
Right.
which is explicitly implying the torture of women.
Okay. No, that's not funny. You're right. All right. Maybe this one will be more amusing.
This is my last one, so it's not more amusing. It's worse. It's worse. It's and
Yep.
with due respect to Pantera, who I like,
Oh yeah.
man, I hate this cover. Far beyond driven.
It did get changed. The cover did get changed, but yeah.
Okay, so would you like to describe what's on this cover?
Well, something is going into someone's bum, and it looks like a big, I don't know, what is that? Like, screw thing.
Yeah, like a big industrial drill bit, which is maybe thicker than somebody's arm, wouldn't you say? Like that is an industrial sized screw.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
is it going up somebody's butt? Would you like to look anatomically a little bit
Yeah, I
more
think
there?
it is.
I'd say that's the anus
Ah.
there.
Oh,
So
it's
what
a
would that
bum. Oh, it's
be?
a bum. Oh. Well, I don't...
Come on.
No, I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know. I never saw it that way. I never saw it as this is a particular gender, to be honest. Of course, the album title is called Far Beyond Driven, and that's, I guess, it's like, I don't know, it's like the extreme side of something.
Don't try to put some literary overlay on there.
And we don't know this is not like consensual or anything like that. I mean, if this is what people...
Oh my
That's
god!
what people are into.
You cannot consent to your own death. No one can survive this.
Well...
Oh my god!
Well, it's not real though, is it? It must be a...
No, because it
Yeah.
would kill somebody.
Okay, alright. Right.
Yeah, but it looks real.
Okay.
Like you thought it was real. Apparently that someone could survive that. But stop trying to open it up. I think if you look at this picture, I do think it's not anal penetration. I think we can actually see the anus.
I'm going to have to Google that later. Yeah.
Well, don't Google that. Oh my god, the police will be around. But yeah, so it's not real. But if it was real, there's no outcome other than torture, horror, and a bloody death.
Okay, well, you might be ruining that one for me now. But
Well, I don't want you to keep trying to open it and turn it away because
I've probably looked at it enough.
it's
Yeah, okay.
isn't it? But hang on, it's presented to be cool and erotic.
Well, I don't know, because Pantera's a totally different beast to like all they're sort of these 80s sort of hard rock hair metal type bands, right? Where they're maybe they're trying to be a bit sexy or a little bit, you know, sexist or whatever. Pantera's not like that, you know. They're not. That's not their vibe, you know. But it is about being a little bit extreme. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's the one I see it with this one.
Okay, and that means it's fine.
Well, it did get changed. It did get changed. It only got released. This cover only got released in some countries, I think, or it got initially released and then it got banned. But
So it got changed because of censors.
yeah, I think so.
In
I
countries.
mean, this is what it did go. This is what it got changed to.
Yeah.
So going through the head rather than the backside, wherever it's going. Anyway, well, I tell you what, this has been a feisty, fiery one. Not what I was expecting. Thank you, Mrs. Rock at Metal Invasion.
I think we'll go Ms.
Yeah. If you're still married to me. Anyway, look, lots to comment on there, and I really respect Siren's point of view and opinion, and that's why it's great to have her on, her on the show to see things from her eyes and her perspective. It's definitely different to mine, and maybe it's different to yours. Maybe it's very similar. Let us know in the comments, and maybe there'll be part 3. We'll just have to see. All right, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. Bye.